Yo, what is going on, guys? This is Swerve here and welcome to Prehistoric Kingdom. Such a beautiful game. However, this is the pre-alpha, so it's not as beautiful as it could be. But nonetheless, we have quite a few amounts of items in the pre-alpha. And I did put a poll up on Twitter asking if you guys would love to see, some design features about fences and how fences are going to work. Because from what I see, there are so many unique enclosure ideas that we can do that we'll just have to make loads of videos on it. Sorry. And I do believe that if I start showing you them now, then you can probably gather a few ideas, plan in your exhibits ahead of time before the early access launch does come out. Now, as you can see, we are with the Oh, there we go. Nice little glitch there. We are with the Prenocephaly right now, just walking about in its deserty environment. Each dinosaur would actually have a biome environment that I would prefer, so do keep that in mind, that you can't really make a rainforest, let's say, enclosure biome for a dinosaur that doesn't like rainforest, so you will have to watch that out. Oh, I've never seen them run before. It's running. I didn't even notice that. I thought they didn't have running animations. Well, there you go. There's the run animation. But yes, one of the first things you actually have to do in this pre-alpha is build an Edmontosaurus paddock. Now, if we were to go build a fence, I believe I don't know. I can't really remember how it works, but there is actually a way that you can see the enclosure size as well. I built a mammoth exhibit here and then a huge Edmontosaurus exhibit here. And each dinosaur and mammal do have required space, so do keep that in mind when building. However, what you might see over here in this Prenocephaly exhibit are small little fences on the outskirts of this smaller fence compared to a bigger, rockier fence here, or slated, shall I say, with also some windows where the guests are going to be able to look into the enclosure and see the dinosaurs visually. Not only that, but you do have a watchtower here for them to see the dinosaurs as well, so there's plenty of ways. I believe the guests will actually physically look into here, and it will count as a viewable area, so do keep that in mind. Do keep that in mind when building fences, so you can definitely put some of these. I believe each fence does have a windowed section that will be very similar to its non-window section, as you can see. But this little pattern right here is really cool, and I think I am going to use it a fair bit, if I were to be honest. You know, you have a small section of fence that a guest can lean over, and if you prefer your guests not to look over or touch the dinosaurs, then you could probably put a fence here where they will have to stand back and see the dinosaurs this way. But that does actually move us on to the fact that we do have hedges in this game. As you can see, I can connect it to the smaller hedge right here, and I can start building it bit by bit across the path just like that. Now, I do believe I can actually somehow, if I press C maybe, and if I bend it like that, there are ways. It will be better in the full build, don't you worry, but there are ways to actually curve your fence around, and it can go over paths as well at this point in time, but I don't think it will in the main game. But yes, we do have more decorative fences instead. You know, we also have this type of rocky fence right here, to keep our guests intact in the right area on the path. Which I actually think this looks really, really cool, to be honest. Like, can you imagine like this type of fence, and then possibly we can then have, if it wants to stop snapping, and maybe there's a way to turn off snapping as well. If you actually hold shift, then you can ignore the snapping, so you can get it relatively close. So if I was to go like this maybe, and then build all the way to here, and then build around like that, I guess. Yeah, the guests could probably just stand here and look into the fence, or look over the fence and then see the dinosaurs come by, which would be really cool in my opinion. So yeah, there are very many decorative fences that you can do in this game, from hedges to small fences like this. Maybe even like you could probably make this like a sort of petting zoo kind of thing. So if you have like a Protoceratops or Microceratops, I think it's Protoceratops, that is running about, you could probably put one of these to keep it enclosed in its enclosure. But yes, there are loads of nice decorative areas or fences like this that you can then use to, just make the paths look something better. Obviously, I do believe we are going to be able to, get rid of this little section here eventually. Or maybe we can just put one of these trees. Okay, I wasn't expecting the tree to be this big, to be honest. But maybe you can just fill it with like a tree section or bush there as well. But yes, obviously it's a pre-alpha, the build that I'm playing on right now. And there is a closed alpha coming soon. And then potentially a beta as well. So do keep that in mind. But as you can see, there are loads of uses and loads of different types of fences that you can use in just this pre-alpha, let alone the full build. And again, as you can see, we do actually have a smaller section or smaller usage that we can use right here. Again, this is probably going to be used for pet and zoos kind of thing, where you can just have the dinosaur just roaming about, and you can connect this sort of section of glass somewhere. Not only that, but that's not the only section of glass we have. We do have a big, longer section of glass, even a taller glass as well, potentially even for sauropods. Well, I don't know, maybe they could break out. I don't know what the breakout situation is, but there are multiple uses of different types of glass right here. And obviously, you know, you got a tall hedge, and you also do have a small hedge as well, which I'll probably use to go around, you know, sections like this, to be honest. Now, obviously, we do have those miscellaneous, I believe they're called, small fences that are really good for decoration. Then you also do have the metal fences as well. Now, as I say here, extremely large reinforced metal fence with a concrete base compatible with holding sauropods. So, if you specifically are holding sauropods that may break out, you know, you could have a fence like this. Obviously, this doesn't really look as that attractive, you know, because the guests, I believe, only come up to here. So this is a bloody huge fence. So ideally, you want to try to avoid, you know, aesthetic pleasing wise, you want to try to avoid these type of fences. However, you don't always have to have, you know, the big ugly ones to try and contain your dinosaurs. You know, this one looks really nice, but let's say, you know, the target in certain fences, you can obviously build this type of fence as well. Or you have a very aggravated dinosaur that you want to keep in a fence, you know, you can probably use the ugly one, and then, you know, just get the revenue for your park where through these watchtowers and other viewable areas as well. Not only that, but you can actually build paths to go over fences. Remember that, guys. So that's another way to decorate your parks as well. Next up, we do have stone fences as well. So again, even in the stone fences section, we do have a decorative, well, I guess decorative kind of thing, where this actually does look similar to like a zoo fence, I believe. So if you were to like go to your local zoo, maybe you'd see this type of fence. This is the enclosure thing I was talking about. So once you do build an enclosure, it'll recognize it and it'll say the measurement. So you know the exact measurement for your dinosaur that's needed as well. But yes, so this is where, you know, it's similar to like a zoo type fence that you would get. I believe there is a smaller fence in the miscellaneous section as well. Okay, well, I don't think there is any more. I don't know where I saw that, but I was playing around with one earlier. This one's actually locked, and I don't really know why, which is quite interesting. But yes, there's loads of types of fences, so flat concrete, and you also have flat concrete, but also with viewing areas. You know, you have brick, and then brick with viewing area as well, and so on. You have the same for cobblestone, and you also have the same for sandstone. So here, I think this is cobblestone. Yeah, so if you just want to build like a cobblestone section of your park to match this, then all you have to do is just find the same fence and build it forwards. And you can have your guests walking around here. Obviously it's a bit dark, so maybe to let some more light in, you might want to replace one of the fences with a cobblestone instead. So I think they're going to work on probably the deleting system. Or the replacement system. I haven't really looked into the replacement system all that much, but then you can still, you know, build a similar type of fence and then have the guests look in this side, and then yeah. Next up, we do have wooden fences, which again, they're very small fences in here. So if you want to capture a small dinosaur, all you got to do is really build something like that. You know, it's a nice decorative fence that you can use as well. So not just for your dinosaurs, you can also build it for something else. There's also other types of wooden fences, such as this, where it's like a zebra or horse type of enclosure. So obviously you wouldn't use this for like a smilodon, but a docile creature, maybe like a gallimimus, you might use this type of fence. Now this is the fence that we did see in the original demo, I believe, this one right here. So this one actually seems, wow, it actually does look really updated, to be fair to it. And yeah, so then obviously each fence does have its own little viewable section. Wooden chain link fence. So this is basically a normal fence that's got a little bit thicker, stronger poles than any other wooden fence. And you got the smaller one as well that you can also use, which is being used over here, I believe. So it's very similar. Obviously, you know, fences can go through literally anything in this build. So that's something they are going to fix, don't you worry. And then also you have, you know, these sort of weird ones. You know, I'm thinking Madagascar vibes. You know, Escape to Africa, was it, or the original Madagascar? Where, you know, they have very similar poles like this when Eddie was trying to confront Alex the lion when he was, you know, hungry and everything like that. And Yep, that's not an enclosure. That's not a viable enclosure, but this one is. But it's very similar stuff like that. So there's a lot of unique features that you can do for fences in this game, and this is only a pre-alpha. May I just say, this is over a year old now, and they're already working on a new closed alpha that's going to come soon to selected people. So this is going to be very interesting to see how this game is going to grow, how different it's going to become, and already, as you can see, if you compare the Prenocephaly that you see here, and then compare the gameplay that we see in the trailer, you know, there's a long way to go for gameplay wise. So I cannot wait, and hopefully we'll get to see a few new fences and we'll find out why this one is locked. But yes, I think the miscellaneous is definitely going to add a few cool features. You know, I really like this idea of having a small little fence right here to maybe even block off guests, you don't even know. But a nice cool idea to, you know, stop the guests from getting too close to the fences. But the best part about it is the fact they still connect to this type of fence as well. I really like that idea. But if you guys did enjoy today's video, do smash a like and a subscribe to this channel for more exclusive Prehistoric Kingdom access videos. If you want me to sort of design new enclosures, you know, that means full foliage and subpolar and having mammoths and Edmontosauruses roaming about, then definitely do let me know in the comments, and I'll start making enclosures and enclosure videos just for you guys to get hyped for Prehistoric Kingdom, because I know loads of you guys are definitely hyped for this. But in the meantime, we do have the pre-alpha, so it doesn't represent the full build of what this game is going to be. Do bear that in mind. There's a lot more that can happen, and we may make a video on building, so do keep that in mind as well. But in the meantime, do smash that like button, subscribe if you are new. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Do let me know your thoughts down in the comment section down below of the fencing system and everything else. This is again what I mean by design feature. It's just so nice. But in the meantime, take care everyone, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.